Hey friends, hey, it's your girl Kitty. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are a ride or die, part of KKC, welcome back. Today guys, I'm having Pita Pit. Yummy! Okay, so I got the Cuban pita, because it's like my fave. And I've got some Coca-Cola. And French onion sun chips. So, on my pita there is, oh, I can't remember the meat that's on here. There's what is it? Bacon. No, I'm not even going to try to tell you like I know. All I know is it's good. And it's called the Cuban. If I find out the ingredients, I will type it right in here. So there's avocado, spinach, onions, mushrooms, peppers, pickles, feta cheese, tzatziki sauce. Did I say banana peppers, black olives, cucumber? Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here. So, this thing is massive. So, this is my dinner. Oh, you guys can have the first bite. Yum, yum, yum. This lighting is horrible. They're cute little napkins. It's got like cheese and bananas, peppers. Cute little napkins. Okay, so story time. On Monday, July 22nd, the same day John left for camp, I went to Kent Building Supply with my best friend and my sister. And my best friend had offered to buy the paint for John's bedroom so we could paint his bedroom for him before he comes home from camp. And we were going to pay her back when Jamie got paid. That was all fine and well. We're very, very thankful and grateful that she was able to do that for us. And so me and my bestie and my younger sister go to Kent Building Supply. I pick out my paint. I'm even telling the young gentleman, I said it several times, you know, I'm painting over sky blue paint. John's bedroom was like a sky blue. And it's been that color since since we moved in. We redid his bedroom and painted his room blue. And he was like, honestly, I can't remember how old he was when we painted that room blue. It was like quite a few years ago. So, John's favorite color is yellow. So I had found this yellow that's called Rise and Shine. It was perfect. That color was perfect. So, and I had said several times in front of this young man that I was covering the blue walls with yellow paint. He did tell us which paints, like what was the lower end grade paint, like what was the, in their opinion, is the worst paint they sell, to the higher grade stuff. So, you know, I was like, you know, we don't want to spend spend an arm and a leg on paint. And this stuff said self-priming. So I'm like, okay. So, bring the paint home. Me and Jamie start to paint John's room. Keep in mind, the guy at Kent Building Supply did not tell me one time that that paint was like, he told me it was the lower grade paint, but I didn't expect for us to have happen what happened. And he should have told me, you know, where you're trying to cover blue, you're trying to cover an actual color, you're probably better off getting the more expensive paint. It's got more of a guarantee for coverage, right? So we start, Jamie takes the edger, it's like a little square thing on with wheels, and he dips it in the yellow paint, gets some paint on the little edger, and he goes to run the edger, and it instantly turned green because yellow and blue together make green. So I was like, oh my god, like this is gonna take so many coats of paint for it to look the yellow we want. I'll insert some pictures here to show you. That is what the walls look like. It's the most hideous color I've ever seen in my life. And I'm like, we're gonna have to put so many coats of paint, it's gonna cost like a ton of money to get it the yellow we want. So we continue painting. We get the first coat done in the whole room. And we say, okay, we're just going to let it dry really, really well. And we'll start doing the second coat tomorrow. Maybe it'll look better. No. It most certainly didn't look better. The pictures that I just showed you were the second coat. Horrible. So, and I'm wondering, why is it so streaky? Why is it so, like, this paint was so watery and thin. So I'm like, this is ridiculous. So I'm like venting to my mom. My dad's asking me, what type of paint did you get? And was it latex? And was it, like, asking me, like, what's the details on the can? So anyways, Jamie's like, messaged me earlier today and was like, do you want to go to Kent's and we'll pick up a gallon of primer and we'll throw white primer all over the walls and then apply that yellow paint. I'm telling you, we went to Kent on this side of the river where I live. The one I bought the paint from was the other side of the river. I don't normally go there because we've always bought our paint and anything we're doing home renos. We've always bought on this side of the river because we live over here, it's closest to us. No offense to the other side of the river, Kent. I won't shop there anymore. Anytime I've dealt with them on this side of the river and paint, we've never had a problem. We painted my bedroom with no issues. We painted the bathroom with no issues. We painted all the doors through the whole house, no issues. So we're painting in the middle of painting the ceilings with no issues until we got this paint and that color, and I dealt with someone on the other side of the river. And I wasn't, when we went to Kent's on this side of the river, I wasn't bringing it to their attention to get this young man in trouble. I was like, we were disappointed. That was like $50 gallon of paint basically gone down the toilet. Like, waste of money. Anyways, so we go into Kent. When we come in, you pass the service counter, customer service. And I asked the young lady, something told me, like, don't let this go, Brenda. Speak up, say something. So, I say, you know, excuse me, and I'm like, just curious, like, do you guys deal with issues from the north side? And she was like, what do you mean? Can you, like tell me a little bit about what's going on? So I start to tell her my story, and she's like, actually, I'm gonna have to ask, speak to the manager. And, so the young lady had, like, literally just across from her in one of the aisles was the manager. So she called her over, and the young girl started to explain to the manager what I was inquiring about, and she was like, oh, well, maybe you could tell her, like, can you just tell her a little bit about what's going on? Like, it's easier if you tell her than me trying to remember what you just said. I'm like, yeah, of course. So I start telling the lady, you know, what happened, and she said, I said I took some pictures, and she's like, can I see the pictures? So I showed her, and she was like, yep. Okay. She's like, come with me, let's see what we can do. So we follow her back to the paint, and she is talking to an older woman working in the paint section. And we've dealt with the older woman before. Like I said, we always buy our stuff from over here. And we always have a great experience. She's a wonderful worker. She knows her stuff. And I guarantee if I had have originally went to this Kent and talked to her specifically about what I was going to do, she would have steered me in the right direction, and none of this would have happened. Anyway, so we're trying to figure it out, and then we're trying to find the little paint swatch. You know how you can get the little cards with the different shades of different types of paint, different colors. Anyways, we're trying to find that Rise and Shine color. It's nowhere to be found. I'm like, are you kidding me? And this is where I originally saw this color, was over here on this side of the river at Kent. But they didn't have it now, but north side is where I bought it. So I'm like, oh my God, what the hell? And I'm racking my brain, and I'm like, I know I'm not crazy. I said, I still have the paint card at home. I'm like, wait a minute, I think I might still have it in my purse, but I had already taken it out. I think it's over there on my dresser. But anyway, so the lady was like, well, can you show me what paint you bought? So I showed her. Oh, excuse me. She's like, yep, that would be the issue. Anyways, so she's like, you know what? She's like, I'm going to give you this, and I'm going to bill, she's like, the other Kent's is going to reimburse me. Like, they're going to pay it back. She gave us the most expensive paint they sell. to replace it. No cost to us. I got my best friend to take a picture of the receipt, and I showed them the receipt. She took my name, my phone number, my house phone number, my cell phone number. I said, if Kent's on the other side of the river wants the paint back and the receipt, and they want it, they want proof, I said, I can get them proof. I said, I have a little less than half a gallon of paint at home sitting there. And I was like wondering why it was so streaky and runny and watery and just horrible, horrible paint. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. Like, I was so frustrated and I was pissed off. Because I'm like, I want to surprise John. I want him to have an awesome yellow bedroom when he gets home. But so I'm going to finish eating and we're going to start painting his room. And I will insert a photo. Actually, never mind. I'll do a reveal. I'll show you guys his room when it's finished. Yeah, once it's finished and dried and stuff. And that's crazy. The chips are to there. The rest is air. I mean, I don't need any more than what's in this bag, but I'm just saying, like, that's like half of the bag is just air. I have like slacked with the work it out this week big time. But we're going to get back on it. Oh, quick little story before I go. Earlier today, I was walking up the hallway and I smashed my toe into the heater. OMG. Have you ever hurt yourself to the point where you get like that wave that comes over you and you feel like all like disoriented? I was like sweating. I could feel how pale I went. I was completely flushed. I felt like I was going to pass out. I felt like I was going to puke. And I still, since it happened this afternoon, I still feel off. Okay, John's bed is in the living room, and I was in a Zoom chat with some friends, and I had to like set my phone down because I was on my way up the hallway to go use the washroom. I had to pee, and I'm like walking, and I went to step with my right leg and smash right into the heater. Oh my God. It like cut my toe. So I'm like in the bathroom, using the bathroom, and I had to just sit there on the toilet. Like, I couldn't stand up. If I had stood up, right, like I would have just fell. I just would have hit the floor, like boom. So I had to sit there till I can kind of compose myself a bit, and everything was like all like, ooh, like kind of felt like I was tripping out, and I got up. I completely left my friends chatting in Zoom. I left them on top of the dryer, and I went and laid on John's bed, and Oreo could sense. Oreo's my cat, for those of you that don't know. Oreo could sense there was something wrong, and she was jumped up on the bed. She was pacing back and forth, walking around me, jumping back and forth, like she was meowing. And I was like, all I kept thinking was, she's doing this to keep me coherent, right? So I'm like, hi Oreo, what's wrong Oreo? And I'm like talking to her, right? But I couldn't, I was so out of it, guys. I don't know what the hell came over me, but I didn't like it. I still feel weird. And I told Jamie, I was like, yeah, I don't want to, you know. He's like, you should have called me at work. You should have, like, when stuff like that happens, you need to call me. I didn't know what to do. I'm home alone. It was horrible. I don't even know. Like, I've experienced that before when I've injured myself, but like this was like amplified and intensified by like 100. It was not fun. Anyways, guys, thank you for having dinner with me and listening to me vent and complain about paint and that I smashed my toe on the heater, because that is just a story that you need to hear on YouTube, because you just need to hear these types of things. Anyways, I love you guys so very much. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave me some comments down below. I love when you guys comment. And I will see you in my next video, guys. Deuces.